If your sales process falls apart when you're busy, it's not a process, it's actually a problem. This is something you'll run into as your company grows. It's something that we've run into as our company grows. And I wrote this blog post about it because it's such a big part of growth. And it is for us right now. In small firms like ours, we're like an owner-led sales firm. That means the owner does a lot of the selling and the pitching, and I still do that. And we're running into problems where we're trying to get team members to help us get into this. And actually, we consult with our clients on this too. A lot of our clients are service-related companies like ours, and a lot of them also, the owner is embedded deep in the sales and the pitching and proposal process too. And as a company grows, they get really stretched to keep serving this many leads that are coming in. And so what a lot of our clients do, and this makes sense, is they go hire a sales rock star. They get large enough, especially when you get up to 3 or 4 million in revenue as a service organization, they need a salesperson. And so they hire this salesperson, typically this rock star, and they say, all right, bring in our sales. And that doesn't often work. So we find a lot of our clients go through these salespeople, and we're not there yet, but we're starting to get help with our team to kind of take over some of that pricing and proposal process. It's the selling that just gets so large for a larger company. You got to produce more revenue. And so people start trying to solve it through a person. But what we find is it's not a person that you solve this through. It's actually through a process. And I want to walk you through 5 key things you need to know about building a scalable sales organization. Step number 1 is build a machine. So the first thing we want to do is stop hiring sales rock stars that are going to bring you all the sales you need. That typically doesn't work. What you want is a process, a machine. And when you build a machine, again, it's going to be a process. It's going to be centered around a CRM system, something like that, where you're funneling things through. So you want this thing working like clockwork, this machine you got to build. And then you hire salespeople to follow the machine. That's what you have. Salespeople follow an already pre-built machine. So that's your first step, is to build your machine. Second step is you want to fill the funnel first. And again, this is saying you don't want to hire big game hunters, right? These salespeople that promise they'll bring in these whales. Really, as you grow, you want all kind of different clients. You want big, medium, small. That de-risks a lot of the revenue that you're trying to serve. So these big whales take so much in resource. So you don't want these big game hunters. Again, you've built the machine. Now you fill the funnel. Now you want to figure out how to funnel a lot of leads through your CRM system. So you're going to start working on your online positioning, your SEO, your website, your marketing, your networking, whatever ways you fill up the funnel. Your goal is for a salesperson just to fill a funnel, not to try to close all this stuff and promise big things, but to get the top part of that funnel filled in so that the machine can start churning through those leads. Step number 3 is build the talent. So in your sales department, again, we're moving away from this big sales rock star that's going to promise a lot of different sales. Now you're going to have people, right? Because you've built these machines with funnels coming in. You're going to have business development representatives or whatever you may call them. It's people that just start managing these leads. And as you create this funnel and it starts getting bigger and broader and your machine is really coding and analyzing this stuff using AI much better, these representatives that start to come into your sales team, they're going to get better. They're going to learn. They're going to grow. You're going to start to see leadership come out of some of these representatives that are starting to manage your sales machine. So now we're starting, in this third step, we're starting to lean into the people that are going to start managing and feeding a lot of these leads to a proposal stage. Cool. Number 4, transition away from sales in stages. So we're talking to you, owner. We're talking to me. And when we've built a system, it's churning. We got some people now. They're working some of these leads in the CRM. We leave, right? So we abandon them. We're like, yeah, this is working, but you can't leave too quickly. This is still a department you're building out. it needs oversight, it needs leadership. And a lot of times the owner that used to do the selling is the one that can really speak to the strategy of the sale, the analysis of why that client, is good or bad, what they said, how to lean into the value that you heard in a particular value conversation. So your sales department still needs your leadership. It still needs your strategy. So as you see some people managing your sales process and you see some leaders start to emerge out of that, you can start giving them some of the thoughts and ideas about strategy and analysis. So you don't totally get to leave yet just because you've built this system. You still have a lot of leadership. You have a lot of education that's going to take you another good 1 to 2 years to teach these people as they grow into strong salespeople. So step number 5 is take control. So when you've built this system, you have a department, it's now running through its processes. And if you hand it over again too soon, this is very similar to step 4, then you're going to be at the whim of your sales department and for them to do whatever they need. As the leader, you have to take control and actually still guide that department. A sales department's going to chug down. They're going to go slower. Sometimes they'll do better. Sometimes the sales department, just like a lot of different departments, they won't know why they're even struggling. So you as the leader have to go in there and take control and guide them. You have to lead some of the leaders and tell them what to do next. Some of your team may leave that you've hired on the sales department. You got to step in and kind of fill in some of those gaps. You're still the owner and you still have to move that sales department forward. So make sure you don't leave too quickly so you can step in and easily take control in that CRM and the processes that have been built.